All right, so we're going to finish chapter 6 right here on section 6.3 called Markdown. We all like markdowns, don't we? Especially when we're out shopping. So an item, this is a little information from chapter 5 so that we can go about this in the quickest way. An item has a list price of $400. The trade discount for the item is $10.85. What is the net price after the discount? So this is where we're going to use complements and multiply in order to get this. So the complements would be 90%, 92%, and 95%. So we're going to take 400 and multiply it by 0.9 times 0.92 times 0.95. And then in one calculation, we're able to get the net price with the discount taken off. So that gives us 314.64. And if you wanted to find the amount of the markdown, you would just take 400 and subtract the 314.64. Notice this says round to the nearest tenth of a percent on percent answers for this lesson. Okay, next question. A retailer sells a $350 TV at 75% off. What is the reduced price? Well, this is really just subtraction. So 350 minus 75 equals $275. So the reduced price is that simple in this case. What is the percent markdown on the TV? Think about percent decrease we learned in chapter 4. Well, the percent of the markdown would be the amount of the markdown, $75, divided by the original cost of the TV, which was $350. And so after dividing on this one, 75 divided by 350, we got 0.2142857. There's a bunch of numbers here, and that continues on. Actually, it doesn't stop right there. If we round to the nearest tenth of a percent, that means we're going to be rounding to this place value. This would be 21.4%. All right. An oven is advertised at a 15% discount based on an original price of $675. What is the reduced price? Well, we can go about this in the quick way, and that would be by using the complement of 15%, which is 85%. So we're going to multiply 675 by 0.85, and that will be a discounted price of $573.75. Whoops. Okay. And then it says, what is the markdown amount? Well, that's just the difference between the original cost of the TV and the discounted or reduced price of $573.75. And so that answer is 101.25. So it was reduced in price by $101.25. Okay, this is a bit of a longer problem. I'll read it here. So, a ski shop priced a snowboard at $700. New models were coming in, so the store reduced the price 25%. 8 weeks later, as the ski season was coming to a close, the store reduced the price an additional 15%. The snowboard finally sold after one more reduction of 10%. And then it says, calculate the reduced price after the third markdown. This is really just like a series discount, and that series discount would be 25, 15, 10, And so the complements of that would be 75, 85, and 90. So we're going to just use those and multiply the 700, right? So it's going to be, let me put percents with those. I don't want that to be confusing. So 75%, 85%, and 90%. And then we can use those nice numbers to just multiply and get a quick answer. So 0.75, 0.85, and 0.9 or 0.90 either way. And the reduced price then is $401.63. So that's a pretty big reduction on the original cost of $700. Everybody likes a bargain, right? I certainly do. Okay, a riding lawnmower originally priced at $4,250 is marked down to $3,485. What is the amount of the markdown? So we take $4,250 and subtract $3,485. So the amount of the markdown is $765. And then to find the percent of the markdown, we're simply going to divide the amount of the markdown, 765, divided by the original price. Remember, it's always the original number we divide by when we're talking about percent markdown or decrease or increase. And so this ends up as 18%. There were no extra decimals to round or anything on this one. Okay, so next, the original cost of a coat was $175. It is on sale for $105. So it says, what is the total amount of the markdown? So we take 175 and subtract 105. And that leaves us with $70. So it had a $70 markdown. And then the percent of the markdown is like percent of decrease. We're going to take $70, divide by the original cost of the coat, which was $175. Whoops, need to make that into a 5. And it turns out that is 40%. So a 40% discount or markdown on this coat. All right, so this is the last question on this section, and it's really very similar to the last few. A car is on sale for $10,850 and was originally priced at $12,500. What is the amount of the markdown? Well, that's going to be the $12,500 minus $10,850. All right. And that is $1,650 or $1,650. Okay, so the amount of the markdown, $1,650. What is the percent markdown? And that's where we take the amount of the markdown and divide it by the original cost, the original price, which is $12,500. And then we're going to round that number to the nearest tenth of a percent. In decimal form, it's 0.132. So actually we don't have to round, we just move the decimal and put our percent symbol on there. And the percent of the markdown then is 13.2%. All right, so we're finished with chapter 6. Bye, everyone.